Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the VG Purist. I'll be coming at you with some Season 6 action from the Cabal Vision Champions Cup playoffs. And we are going to still continue to have round 1 coverage. And we are going to take a look at the Tampon people taking on the Cricket So Horny Dwarf versus Lizard. I'm actually quite curious how this is going to go because Dwarf team has a very interesting setup. And I'd like to see if it actually works. I don't know. I think so. Maybe. I don't know. But, you know, we are about to have all of that answered in just a moment as we get into the replay. Oh, what's going on, Nate? Oh man. Oh yes. There's gonna be no orcs out in the pitch today. It's gonna be Lizard. You have returned. Where you been, buddy? Where you been? Well, first of all, we are gonna take a look here. Dwarf versus Lizard matchup, and it is going to be the Dwarf team coached by Lord Pailux. It's going to be the Tampon people, and he will be facing off. Oh, it looks like he is going to have a star player for today's match, secret weapon even. Coach Horney Cricket taking on these Lizard men team. Horney's Crickets, or Cricket So Horny. And we are about to start it up. Appears your keyboard's broken. Dude, that's what happens when you splash too much lemonade on there. And there is going to be the coin flip here. And we are going to take a look and see who is going to be the winner of the coin toss. Looks like it is going to be the Dwarven team. Wants to set out to do the bashings first. Why not? And we are going to take a look at the skills, yeah? Let us do it. Lizard team looking pretty good. He's got +1 agility, sidestep with the dodge skink there, and then the level 1 skink right there, diving tackle with sidestep. Always going to be lethal combinations here. +1 strength with that block, diving tackle, sidestep for that skink there, and then Crocscore with that grab, guard, and the stand firm. And more stand firm here for the SARS, and then guard SARS here, block on that one, tackle and break tackle, and then break tackle, frenzy, and mighty blow. But he's going to be facing off a very interesting team. The Dwarven team there is going to have a bunch of guys with the long beard, with the guard, and then stand firm. He's got stand firm with just about everybody. And in my preliminary preview, I said, hey, I think that might throw off the Lizard team enough to where they might actually be able to win this one straight out. And so, yes, despite my, I guess, hate for Dwarf, I wouldn't say hate, but more like disdain for the Dwarf team, I did say that I'd liked the Dwarven team to win this one. He appears to be sending every message twice for no reason. Well, I don't see 2 messages, so I think you're okay, Nate. Alright, so now, without further ado, your secret weapon right there, Barrack Far Blast. And I am not quite sure why he went with Barrack Far Blast, because he does have the sure hands, and yeah, he's got the pass ability, but you know, you get him because I guess because the Hail Mary, I suppose. He's got the Hail Mary, so I guess you use him for a, is that, I'm pretty sure that's Hail Mary. I haven't seen that icon in a while. Yes, it is the Hail Mary pass, and so he can just throw it away and throw it pretty deep if he needs it, but I don't know if he's necessarily going to need it for today's match. So Barrack Far Blast, it's going to be a secret weapon, so you can only use him once. He doesn't have any bribe. He does have a bribe right there, so I guess you can keep him in, but I don't know. I guess he has him, and he's just going to go ahead and use him. He does have a wizard for today's match. That's going to also be a nice thing today. And he will have the Dwarf Runner with the sure hands, and also the kickoff return with the blodge and tackle ability. So that's the nice thing about here. This Dwarven team facing off against this Lizardman team. Bunch of skinks on the pitch. No problem. We got tackle for just about everybody, including our main ball carriers. So that's going to be really nice to stop these skinks. And not many of these skinks actually have the block ability or even wrestle or things like that. Just this one skink with that +1 in strength. You pretend to be excited and understand what's going on. No need to pretend. It is just about football. Come on, Nate. You've seen Blood Bowl before. Don't pretend like you don't know what's going on. And on the bench here, you see one skink there to come in, and then it appears that the Dwarven team will be resting the secret weapon star player Barrack Far Blast along with another Dwarf on the sideline. So he'll have 2 to come in for today's match. Kickoff return, and we're going to see what the kickoff is going to be. It's a blitz right there, and it's going to be right there in the center. Luckily, the kickoff return will mean that he'll have 2 tackle zones on that ball if it does fall into the hands of these Dwarf runners here. But we'll see if the Skinks are going to feel a little bit ornery and get right underneath the ball and maybe steal it away. I don't know if he wants to put him in harm's way straight away, but that is Blood Bowl, right? That's why we play this game. It's going to be these decisions, right? These strategic decisions that actually matter in the game. And with these guys having tackle, it's not going to be too easy to actually get to the ball carrier. And he did try to get the blitz here on this left side to maybe spring some Skinks free in there. Oh, he's going to try this dodge right there. He will be able to get the 3+ dodge. He will be able to at least mark up where the ball might land, and maybe it might land towards him, but it appears, oh yes indeed, it's going to be the sure hands runner there with leader that is going to be able to field that ball on the bounce, and that is going to be pretty nice. And as you see there, a bunch of Longbeards with that guard ability will be able to handle up on the front line. 2-die blocks. Normally a Lizard team will be able to dominate the front line, but I believe with guard here on his side, he will be able to hopefully handle up on them. But unfortunately, because there was a blitz on the kickoff, that means that the Lizard team was able to get along here to the left and right side, put a little pressure here on this cage coming up in the center, and then might be able to get to the ball. So won't be able to keep everybody in front of him where the Dwarven team kind of wants them to be. So this is going to be pretty nice. Blitz didn't really get much out of it, but did get enough of a positional difference. And with these guys starting out here on the left and right side, does make the Dwarf cage a bit more uncomfortable. And he's going to have to rest his guys in the center. There you go. Actually had to dodge the blitzer to get him in position to hold up the bottom left side of the cage. Rooting for the Skins. The Dwarves is the worst enemy of the Orcs. You mean the Skinks, yeah. And so, that I guess so. You definitely want the Lizard to win. I did predict the Dwarf team to win, so I'll have to go against you on that one there, Nate. I'll have to beg to differ. It appears that, though, this Lizard team, with that blitz, does mean that he's able to put loads of pressure. So I might have to eat my words pretty soon there, Nate. Gonna get that hit in. Might be able to get in on this cage and give some more pressure. But for right now, taking out some Dwarven team. And as you see, they're kind of peeling away the onion right there. Moving the Dwarf Longbeard away from his fellow Longbeards, won't be able to help out, and that's kind of what you want to do here with this Dwarf team. Make sure that they're not all clumped up together like that, especially since they have guard on just about everybody, and so need to make sure that they are a little bit farther apart from one another and be able to crack the shell that is going to be this Dwarf team. Yes, he's going to have a couple of extra assists to get 2-die blocks, but nonetheless, as you can see, loads of guard will mean that he'll be able to get it. Push is all that's necessary. Defender stumbles, even better. Nice. This is going to get some armor value breaks. Just going to be stunned there. And Arya had stunned the Cockscore in the beginning. And now the Saurus there on the right side going to do a 1-die block, but it appears that it might not matter, but it will stun his own Longbeard up, and that's going to be a little bit too bad. That is a little bit too bad. Armor value breaks himself, unfortunately, but that's okay though. It's alright. He'll be up in the next bit. I don't think the Dwarf team's going anywhere anytime soon, anyways. Right? Right. Oh man, Nate, where you been, buddy? You been watching some other streams? You haven't been watching the LVG. Look, I made you moderator and everything, man. This is how I get treated, man. Oh gosh. Did you see the ending to my AI war? Oh gosh, he's crazy, man. He's crazy. Here goes the blitz on the left side. We'll be able to get to the cage. He's gonna get a push. I don't think he's gonna step through. No, he's not. He's just gonna stand back for the time being. Just want to hem in the Dwarven team. Don't want to give him any real forward progress for the time being. He's just gonna stay back and hang back and just make it to where it'll be a little bit more comfortable. Skink tries to dodge away, won't be able to do so. Luckily for him, no big injuries as of yet on the Lizard team. This could have gone really badly. I've seen so many times before with the Skinks miss the dodge and then die. WTF. You haven't been watching any streams? Wow. Holding back, man? What's going on? Oh, it's the summertime now, huh? Not school's over for you? That's it. Alright, now the ball carrier's going to move over. He's going to give a little assist there. 2-die block. Nice little hit here on the SARS. No big arm value brace yet, but that's going to be the norm against the arm value 9 of the Lizard Man team. No real mighty blow though. As you can see there, since the Longbeards went with guard and then the second skill stand firm, no real mighty blows on anyone. And so, sure, he can hit everyone, but he's not exactly hurting anyone as of yet. Probably third skill is going to get the mighty blow, but that might be too late if they even end up losing this match. Mostly had just a bad sleep schedule. Missed all my streams. Thanks a lot, buddy. That's alright. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I've been doing what Atlas Reactor, and Blood Bowl here, and a couple of other indie games as well, so didn't miss too much, I guess. Stand firm. And that's the nice thing about having that stand firm ability. You get those pushes, and it's not as easy. But look at this break. Tackle. We'll be able to get around the left side. We'll be able to get that ball out. Perfect timing for this. Dwarf team just slips even just a hair. And the Lizard team is all over that blitz here, all around the left side, and gets to that ball. Ball lands in an okay spot, but with the runners there on the right side of the ball and not exactly on the left side, gonna have to get through here. Skink's actually gonna mark it up. Should be able to mark it up yet again with another Skink. There we go. He's gonna be able to get there, and this is gonna be a little bit of trouble now. Ball is out, and when the ball's out like this on the ground, not very easy at all. Ooh, stand firm himself. Cyrus isn't going anywhere. More stand firm. Crocscore. Ooh, is going to skull that one, but luckily he's going to get that re-roll here. We'll get the defender down die, but won't be able to have the re-roll now for a possible ball pickup piling on here with that Troll Slayer there. And not going to get anything really out of it. I mean, again, arm value 9 and another hit on it. Not too special, I'd say. It does finally get both of the stand firm SARS and the Crocscore down, but would it be enough? KO. That's going to be a start right there. Maybe even a blitz on one of the Skinks right there. And he's got tackle everywhere, like I said. So should be able to get down one of the Skinks. Maybe hit him with the ball or something like that. But I think the Dwarf has recovered just fine. And it won't be extremely easy to get to the ball. And he should be able to right the ship. Turn 4 here. And then turn 5 might be able to recover. And if possible, take down a Skink or two with them. There we go. Another push here. Did get the blitz off already, so won't be able to blitz out one of these Skinks, touching up the ball carrier. And this might be bad right here, though. The Lizard team might be able to hit down the Dwarf into the ball and make it scatter to a spot where the Skink may be able to get to the ball and turn it around and get the score here. So we'll see in just a moment if that's going to be it right here. Good start off with a 2-die block on the left side. Should be able to get down and maybe get, well, actually they all have stand firm, right? Won't be able to get it easily pushed back. Oh gosh, won't be able to easily get the pushback onto it. I forgot Dwarf team has stand firm on just about everyone, so won't be able to easily get the ball popped out of there from the ground. Usually the normal thing to do when it's on the ground like this is that you blitz down somebody, hit them into the ball, and then make it to where it scatters somewhere else to get your own ball carriers and easier access to it. But with just about everybody with stand firm, how are you going to do that? Oh man, unfortunately though, gonna miss that go for it roll. Back-to-back ones even, so Dwarf team should be able to recover barring some sort of nuffling. But he does have that runner right there with that tackle. 2-die block. Defender down die. Didn't need the tackle, but that's going to be great. Sidestep, though, so he's going to sidestep himself into the ball and hopefully maybe get it bounce into a better spot. Looks like, oh no, the Longbeard comes up with it. Oh, that's horrible. And that's not what the Dwarven team hoped for. right there. And now the Lizard team should be able to hit this Longbeard back. Uh-oh. This runner doesn't have guard, and this runner, who is also, I believe, still free, might not. Oh yeah, he's not going to be able. He actually hit the skink right there, and so should be able to get a 2-die block coming up on the ball carrier. And I do believe it may be coming from the SARS. After this 1-die block, he actually had to do that. Ooh, yes, defender down die, and that's perfect. Needed to get down this blitzer with that guard ability, so now he can jump in there with the 1-die block there, and because this guy's got guard, and so he's gonna be able to get him down. Perfect die rolls for him, and we'll be able to pop that ball out, and it's gonna land in a great spot here. Luckily though for this Dwarf team, Skink is a little bit too far back, and this Skink has already moved, and this one's stunned, so no big deal. He might still be able to recover. Crack score takes down the Troll Slayer. Nuffle, we distrust. You got that right, scum. Here comes the Dwarf team, though. He needs to recover right here, right now, and he needs to do it quickly if he has any hope of scoring in the first round. Oh boy, or first half. He needs to get this runner, and unfortunately, Spinks, he is going to be touching it for the moment. He does have guard, does get 1-die block. No side step, so he'll be pushing him away and then maybe get to the ball. Yes, he will be able to get that dodge. After the dodge, re-roll. We'll be able to move on to the left side. He's already blitzed, though, so he needs to somehow get a screen up to protect himself, but he needs to dodge some Longbeards away, maybe? Oh, that is going to be a hard task, especially against the Prehensile Tail, and won't be able to get this Longbeard over. I think it's a Longbeard right there. I'm pretty sure, yes, this is a Longbeard. And with the Prehensile Tail, that's a 5+ dodge right there. That's not going to happen anytime soon. And so the runner just hanging loose out there all by his lonesome. He should get blitzed, I think. Actually, maybe not. It's not going to be too easy to get over there, but at least the Lizard team should be able to surround up the runner and make it a whole hell of a lot tougher to get by. Runner's going to have to just go potato at this point, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it in 2. I think the Troll Slayer might have to go out for the pass or something like that in the next coming, but there we go. He will be able to get the blitz in after the go forward roll, and we'll just be able to get a push here on that runner. We'll be able to get the Skink on the left side. Not going to make it too easy for that runner, but he is so far out there. Only really needs to watch out for this Troll Slayer coming up. And so he's going to put him a little bit in front. Won't be making it too much easier here. And he's, as you can see there, he's stopping the forward progress as well as keeping away from this Troll Slayer for the time being. But I believe that this runner is going to have to make some type of awful maneuver. Maybe get a block in here. He's got guard here, so might be able to get, let's see here, a 1-die block on this Crocs, if anything, but he's got stand firm, so he needs to defender down. Defender stumbles if he wants to take down this Croc score and maybe get the blitzer over to help, or he might just go and dodge away and blitz him down and then try to get the runner over. Looks like the Troll Slayer will just go ahead and blitz down this Skink. Yes, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be the +1 agility Skink as well. Apothecary is going to have to be used right there, and he will be able to save the Skink. And Troll Slayer, he's going to be the only one, I think, left to get that ball. Might just throw it right here. I think he's going to have to, but he wants to do one more go for roll, and uh-oh, he cannot get nuffled right here, and oh, he does get nuffled. Oh my god. I can't stand it anymore. Dwarf runner is gonna get tripped up in his own feet, and the ball is in great spots now. Skinks are in great position as well. Just round 7 for the Lizardman team, so he should be able to pick this ball up, move the Skink to about right here, and then score it in the next bit. Dwarves woefully out of position. Oh man. Only good Dwarf is dead one. That's what Nate says. And then Scum, he's stealing your lines right there. He will be able to get the hit off, and he will be opening up the lines here for this other Skink to try to pick up roll. He does get that pick up. He's going to be the level 1 Skink, in fact, without any skill. So I guess he wants to get some SPP on him, and will be able to hide behind this other Skink there with the extra strength. Let's get the skills back up, but it's going to be a little bit hard to see at this point. We'll be able to get the defender stumbles and stand firm. I don't think it's working out for the Dwarf team like I had probably suggested earlier, but honestly, the blitz coming in did allow the Lizard team to get that a bit of a surround. Dwarven team just couldn't hold up the cage any longer. Got blitzed out of it. Just a little bit of an oversight here by this Dwarven team. Not expecting that blitz to come around the bottom left side. Oh, man. Or maybe he did expect it and just couldn't cover it up. I don't know. I mean, if that was the truth, then he would have put a guard guy in the back in a T formation, or a Y formation, actually, instead of what he saw there at 3/4 cage from earlier. But nonetheless, break tackle worked out pretty nice, and that's why you get 1 stars at least with a break tackle and a tackle ability. And even though he doesn't have block, I think at this point, worth it. Goblins in Samsonite clothing, I guess. Level 1 is lightning bait. You might see the wizard used right here, but I think at this point, the Dwarven team might just think, okay, even if he zaps him now, there's another skink right there, and so the wizard might actually be wasted here. So might actually think, okay, I'm going to use the wizard on the possession half, on the second half, and then try to rebound in that respect, get the ball back there, because right here, not necessarily a good spot. And like I said, the wizard could fail, or worse yet, it does work, and then the ball lands in a great spot for this other skink to take advantage of and then be able to run it in himself. Sure, there'll be some die rolls, but I think you really want to use that wizard to where he can turn the score for you. I don't really blame him there, because even if he does prevent the Lizard team from scoring, it's 0-0, and it's still the Lizard team's half. And now he's without a wizard, so he's just going to get grinded out 1-0. So I like this play right there. Sure, the Lizard team's up 1-0, but with the wizard in hand, with most of the Dwarf team intact, he may be able to get some sort of opening, get the wizard down, take the ball away, and turn around and then score it 1-1 and make it a little bit more plausible for the overtime. So watch out for that, ladies and gentlemen. The Dwarves couldn't hold a pint of milk, let alone the ball. Hey, they can hold a pint of beer, though. They could definitely do that, scum. What about that? You need to field their cheerleaders? I suppose. Yeah, at least they know how to hit. Well, I mean, again, the way that the Dwarf team had leveled up their team, stand firm for everybody, and if you can't hold the ball on your offensive possession, right, with stand firm, then you can't really do much else with it. Now you're on defense. The nice thing is that it's going to be quite annoying to move around, but I just really feel like this is just the wrong setup. Too much stand firm, just too much. I think 1 or 2 guys, yeah, not your entire roster. You need to get Mighty Blow. You have to get Mighty Blow, I'd almost wager. You almost have to. You get the guard, first skill, and then you get Mighty Blow, or maybe even Mighty Blow first, and then guard. But either way, you need a combination of either one of those deals, and then you'll be good to go as a Dwarf team. Quick snap. Lizard team. And he has the huge advantage of winning this game. If it wasn't for this wizard and possibly this bride, then I would say that this Dwarven team has really no chance at all. And it looks like Barrack Farblast is still going to be sitting out. Actually got the secret weapon and still not putting him in as of yet. Just waiting for the opportune moment. And I don't know. I mean, again, Barrack Farblast, he's kind of this one-trick pony, right? You really put him in there to just huck it down the pitch, and then maybe one of your dwarves will be able to get to it. But it's not like your elves or something like that, and you'll be able to sniff out the ball. It's not like you got gutter runners or anything like that, or even skinks. You just got dwarves. They're to run down the pitch and then get it somehow. I don't know about that. I really don't know. The OCD has been satisfied by the symmetry. Look how beautiful, Nate. Look at how beautiful. And look, stand firm actually makes it to where it continues to stay symmetrical. Except this guy's down. OCD, why? Oh, there's the push. It's gonna be on a loner long bit there. So there we go. It's messed up now. The symmetry. Okay, yes, he's a cheap one-trick pony, but I mean, who's gonna get the ball? You have to run the dwarf team. It takes like 2-3 turns to get down there, and then you hook the ball. I suppose. I mean, there were times in which you think that, I think in the last Champions Cup, where that somebody would have been able to prosper from having Baric Farblast on their team when they had to come back in the corner and just wait for their doom to come, where Baric Farblast will be able to just huck it down the pitch and then put it to where maybe they can be able to get to it. I say that if it comes to a Hail Mary pass, you've already lost. I think at this point you need Hail Mary plus diving catch. 2 red die black, and it's just going to be a push right there. And he should stay in there and then get another 2 red die black maybe. It looks like he's going to do 1 die black, and that's going to come out just nicely. Ooh, we'll be able to get a penetration in the armor and get the stun, and that's going to be nice, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Lizard Man team will be content with just a stun for now. So far, the Dwarf team actually has broken a few more armor, I believe, and gotten a few more stuns. And that's always pretty nice. Skink moving along the right side. This is what you need to do against the Dwarf team right here when you're going to be playing against them. Oh, I need to switch over. And let's see here. And he needs to... What he needs to do here for the Skinks is move over to the left. Get the Dwarf team to commit now, because there's totally not enough guys to stop the ball carrier. So the Dwarf team has to react to this. Move his guys over there to try to stop the Skink. And then after that, the Skink just kind of moves back to the right side. And then the Dwarves have to react to that. And then after that, you move back here towards the left side with the Skink. That's the nice thing about having a high movement allowance team, is that you could totally just outmaneuver the Dwarves, and then afterwards just take advantage and then bust through on the left or right side with even a screen coming up along one of the either sides, wherever you pick, and then make the touchdown at the end. So this is almost textbook here. During inducement phase, star players cost 50,000 less. So look, that's how cheap he was. Not only was Baric Farblast cheap, but he also got 50,000 less on the inducement phase for the star player. So that's also going to be pretty nice here. Nuffle Alter. Actually, I like Nuffle Alter, but that does mean both sides will be benefiting. If you're higher in team value than the other team, then they'll be able to benefit even more. I guess that just makes more incentive for the home team to keep their TV down. Dwarven team, as you see there, has to react right there. It's going to put a Troll Slayer there in the backfield to keep the Skinks at bay, but I don't know, I almost feel like you need to put the Piling On Mighty Blow in the hitter's position and then put the runner back here to hold up the safety position. But I guess you put this runner out, that leader, but you still get the leader reroll, I believe. And where's the other runner in there? The runner, yeah, he's right there playing linebacker. And there you go, Skink. He's moved out for the fly. Skink is moving back for the moment. He just was putting out feelers on the left side, that's all. But with the bonehead in the center, doesn't want to risk too much, gets the ball carrier back a little bit, and then afterwards we'll be able to pounce again. And as you see there, he places him in the center uncomfortably for this Dwarf team. So now the Dwarf team has to cover the entire field, and again, with the slower movement allowance, it's a lot more difficult to do so, especially if maybe you'll be down 1 or 2 guys in the long run. But right now, Dwarf team still being able to field his entire team. I almost don't even think Baric Farblast will be able to come into this game. Still has the wizard in hand though, and so once the Dwarf team has some sort of opening, He's going to use it straight away. At 60k though, he's pretty cheap option for the Dwarves. Sure hands, pass, strong arm. Yeah, I mean, 60k, might as well bring him in there. What, he cost 110k anyway, so that's actually pretty cheap in itself. And then now he's only 60k, I suppose so. Dwarf, suddenly the Dwarf has a passing game. I don't know if you want to call that a passing game. I guess he does have pass skills, so I guess it's not totally unwarranted, but he didn't even use him for the offensive possession. He actually opted to receive the ball even, so if not for the offensive possession, then when? He obviously was holding him for an emergency purpose. Obviously. And he even has a Dwarf loner. Dwarf Longbeard loner. He's even out there. Here's the ball carry. Is going to go towards the right side. As you can see there, as to take away the skills. Dwarf team committed left. And as you see, lots of Dwarves on the left side. Okay, we take this ball to the right. And suddenly, it is uh-oh time. Because the Dwarf team is about to get out positioned here. Lizard team, if you don't base them, that's the bad thing here about not basing the Lizard team, right? And I'm not suggesting that you should base the Lizard team at all. I'm just saying that this is the bad thing because sure, you don't want to base the Lizard team, but then at the same time, if you don't, then they still have a high movement allowance. And so 6 movement allowance, we'll be able to get around the right side, get a nice little screen up here for this ball carry. As you see, is already encompassing the right side and has already taken up position to go up 2-0. And he can score it. The Lizard team could score it at turn 13 or even 14, and that's not a big deal. Dwarven team usually takes a long time to move the ball up the pitch to even get a score. Luckily, I guess he's got Barrack Far Blast, but at the same time, still, he needs to have Dwarf team members up the pitch. Ooh, fireball coming up. This is the last gasp, and oh my gosh, everybody resists on the Lizard Man team, and oh gosh, that's just about GG right there. Freelance, really cheap runner, I suppose. But again, he didn't even use it for the offensive possession, so he was obviously there just for the emergency purposes, and he's not even going to get to use them. And that's going to be too bad for his Dwarf team, because he quite possibly needs them. And I guess if the Lizard team does end up scoring early, might be able to put him in the last bit, and then we may see a Hail Mary pass for the first time on the Champions Cup playoffs. But Dwarf team is going to miss the go for it rolls. Blitzer is going to be on his bottom, and I think, my friends, that is all about over. Just about. 2-die block coming from the skink even. He's got the +1 strength and the block ability, so he's not afraid to get some hittings done. And with that, we'll be able to free the SARS. We'll be able to put yet more screens up. 2-die block coming up on that Dwarf there. He's got stand firm though, so he kind of has to watch out for this. So a side cage is coming up, but I believe this will be easier to continue to keep up. Should be able to get this guy down, or even just at least base him for the time being. Base this guy with the other skink there, and he should be a-okay. Side cage coming up, as I said before. Scoring it on turn 14, not so bad against the Dwarf team. It's going to take a couple of turns to actually activate the touchdown by the end, and so even if he does give up the score, not a big deal. Fireball gone. No real fouls caused too much in this game, so bribe is picked up, but for almost no reason at all. I guess it was for Barrack Far Blast, but if I was going to pick up a foul, then I would start using it. Dwarven team, I think, has just about lost this game, and that's too bad. Don't you guys go away though. We're gonna have another Blood Bowl Madison Champions Cup first round action. We're gonna see more coming up. We're gonna see it from my own division, from my own league there, North American TTS League, represented by one of our top players coming in, playing against the Chaos Dwarf team. This Chaos team. We'll see what he has to pull out in just a few. Oh boy. He's got something up his sleeves. Nothing over here, nothing over there. He's got it. Oh, Dwarf team again. Gonna miss out, but I think at this point he's just trying to make it look good, just enough to be a little bit annoying for the Dwarf team for the Lizard team and Dwarf team. Just gonna stand a blitzer up front, and it's gonna be a blitzer without stand firm. I guess one of the only guys who doesn't have stand firm, in fact, and so that's gonna be too bad. Should be able to get the dislodge here. Should be able to dislodge him then, and should be able to get the score coming up. Might be able to get a 2-die block. Maybe he wants to dodge away Bonehead. Hey, at least he took a 1 away, so he might actually dodge away, get a 2-die block here, and then free him up right there. Or maybe even get the... Actually, this guy's got guard, so it's going to be a 1-die block. This is a 1-die block. Yeah, if we get another assist there, it should be okay. So it might be able to get the skink over there, but I don't know if we want to do that against a tackle. Only 3+, and as I've always said before, the skinks is gonna be unreliable at best, and does the 1-die block. Actually does the opposite, do the 1-die block instead. That could have went disastrously, but luckily it does get the return push, and that's all he needs. Oh man, almost got the back-to-back skulls, but that's all right though. He does it 2-0. And yeah, I believe stand firm for just about all the Dwarf team. Just absolute rubbish, as I said. Yes, it's either the most brilliant thing I've ever seen or the most garbage, rubbish thing, and I believe I see a lot of garbage. I knew I should have just picked the Lizard team and just be done with it. But stand firm really didn't work out at all for the Dwarf team. Does get the blitz once again from the Lizard team, but it's all but over. Doesn't even look, still doesn't even use Barrack Far Blast. I know it's over, but might as well use them. Look at that scum! Come on. Beer goggle vision. That's you. That's you. That's you, scum. That's you, buddy. No Hail Mary pass. That's a little bit unfortunate. I would have liked to seen the Hail Mary pass anyways. Even though the Dwarf team was probably going to lose it. Just huck it, baby. Just do it. That's alright though, scum. I got my whiskey right here. Drinking some Old Foresters right now. Oh yeah. That's the stuff. If you don't believe me, I'll put on my camera so you can see the shot glass. Dwarf team now is going to move that ball up. Just going to get some vanity blocks in at this point. Maybe get the touchdown. I think if anything, you work like crazy to try to get to the skinks, and if the Lizard team's smart, he should move his skinks far away from the threatening Dwarf team. Hell, if they score, then so be it. At this point, who cares? Just keep the skinks alive, right? But again, guys, don't go away. We're gonna have more action. String Bell versus Crucifer coming up. They, my friends, they should be a good game, I think. Hopefully. I don't know. We'll see, though. Back-to-back skulls. That just about capitalizes what has been going on. Oh, it's actually going to give the Crux and casualty at the end there. So that'll be nice. Crux had scored nothing all this time. And now with that missed 1-die block is going to pay for it. Going to give the Crux 2 more SPP. He's got grab stand for Mighty Blow. So he's just waiting for, I don't know, sprint, sure feet somewhere with one of the skinks. I don't know if he's got that yet. Doesn't have a huge offensive threat except for maybe the skink right there with a +1 agility. Dwarves got tilted this game. Losing the ball to the airport luggage, yeah. I mean, it just all comes down to that one missed caging. I mean, not missed cage, but it was the opening that was done in the center of the pitch. Didn't cover up the bottom left. Either one of two things happened. Either the coach missed out on the break tackle blitz, right? Or he consciously did it hoping that it would be all right. But again, I think if that was the case, he would have put a guard Dwarf behind them to at least make it a 1-die blitz instead of a 2-die blitz. Wouldn't you say? What are you confused about, Nate? What are you so confused about? Dwarves are losing. My pick is wrong. So far, my picks not doing too good right now. I am 1 for 2 at this moment. That's not always good, right? I'm usually pretty spot on with my predictions, but I mean, I just kind of picked the Dwarf team because I saw Stand Firm and I thought, you know what, maybe this guy's got a great plan. And I think it would have worked out, but I really feel like, yeah, you know what, I'm going against the grain here. You know, the meta is there because the meta works, right? You get Mighty Blow for your guys, you get Guard for your Longbeards, then maybe Stand Firm. Not Stand Firm for everybody first. What's up with that? I should have thought better of it, but that's alright though. I guess I was right for so long that I felt like my picks were just absolutely flawless. Like I just couldn't lose. Oh, and there's another injury there. And at the end, we see the injuries coming up. Crocs will hit the armor value 8 Troll Slayer, but not gonna be able to get him down. You're confused about the technical talk? Don't be so confused, Nate. Just know that the Dwarven team is losing. L-O-U... No, that's the L-O-O... No, L-O-S-I-N-G. Lousing it up. Oh, and the skink going for it. Trying to get to that ball, I guess. And then maybe retch it out and go for a Miracle TD. But talking about Miracle TDs, we should have seen a Hail Mary pass somewhere. Come on, man. I've actually never seen a Hail Mary pass in Blood Bowl 2 yet. Somebody should get on that, guys. Hail Mary pass, Blood Bowl 2. I would like to see that indicator just way back here. Way back there. It's always going to be an inaccurate throw. You can't do a perfect throw no matter what. Even on 6. That's too bad, huh? Well, that's alright though. Frenzy hit. The team gonna try to get something going, but again, I think he should be aiming for the skinks, maybe. I don't know. I tried to dodge out and hit one of these little bastards. But no, I think he's okay. Ooh, we'll foul this thing. Let's see if this actually is gonna cripple the Wizard team any longer, and we'll get called out for it, unfortunately. And bribe failure. That's too bad. That will end things straight away. Skink with the +1 agility will get the MVP runner for that one there. 11 armor value breaks for both sides, but they all pretty much came at the end for the Lizard team. Dwarf team got a little bit extra, but unfortunately was not able to close the deal. 64 blocks, 68 blocks. Nothing that the Dwarf team really did, but still, it all really came down to that one blitz. And that is what lost the game. That's the toughest thing about Blood Bowl, right? You can talk about the dice all day, but when you talk about a little bit of a opening there caused by the Dwarf team, I mean, it's just, how can he miss that? I don't know if he missed it or not. I'm not going to say he really did, but it's just, there was an opening, Lizard team capitalized, and right there defined the whole game. With that, guys, we're going to jump into the brackets, and as you see, crickets. So Horney, the Lizard team, will be able to go through 2-1. Look, everybody picked the Dwarf team to win, actually. So I wasn't the only guy here. But unfortunately, another one was incorrect. Cricket, so Horney takes it out actually, it wasn't 2-1 at all. It was 2-0. Tampon people couldn't even get anything going. Cricket, so Horney will be able to face off against either the Great Green Wall, the Orc team, facing off against the High Elf team, Sea Battle Seahawks, to much injured Sea Battle Seahawks. Only, what, 4 High Elves on the bench to come in? Nothing but loner players. We're going to see that match. I believe they're playing it on Sunday. But for now, that will be it. Coming up next, Chaos versus Chaos Dwarf. Rick Rerolled versus Owl Watch coming up. We'll see that in just a second. I'm going to stop the stream real quick as I have a little sip of Coke and whiskey and get my lips a little bit more wet, and we are going to be back in just a minute. So don't you guys go anywhere. Nate, you see some more Blood Bowl? What about you, Scum? You in for the long run? Haha. Alright, buddies. I'll see you in just a second. This is the VG Purist. Hey, if you guys are watching out there and you haven't already, please follow along, subscribe, like my videos, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time.